Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Pokemon Premier League. This is week 4. Before the video gets started, you may notice on the screen that's not my name that's in this battle. I am neither name in this battle. That's because I didn't really have time to, or me and the person who I'm supposed to be facing, which was Necro, couldn't really sync up our schedules to play because he's 6 hours behind me and his work pattern just didn't match up with my time slot of being awake, pretty much. So I had to have Kyle do the match for me, aka Eden's Blessing GG. His channel is in the description below. He done the battle, he done the commentary for this video, pretty much done all of it for it, apart from me doing the super sweet editing that you guys are going to see on the screen to change some of the Pokemon sets. So if you see stuff that's written by hand, it was, pretty much. But yeah, make sure you go check out Kyle's Eden Blessing GG's channel in the description and put a comment in the comment section telling him thank you for doing this battle for us, because without him probably wouldn't have gone ahead and we probably just would have had to take a automatic 3-0 loss or whatever. But again, tell him thanks and I'll pass it over to Kyle.
What is going on, my band of outlaws? And welcome back to the PPL. I probably screwed that up way too much. What's going on, everybody? Eden's Blessing here, but you can call me Kyle. Today I am filling in for Liam and the West Chan United. Well, this has gotten off to a wonderful start. I'm gonna keep rolling though. Today I am filling in for the West Chan United. We are going up against the what's his team? The Eternia City Enders, that's what it is. And Necro Stevo is their coach. Today we have, I'll just go over the team real quick, because I filled in for Liam this week. They weren't able to line up their schedules properly to battle one another. Like, Liam, lives in the United Kingdom, and then Necro lives here in the United States. So I had a better chance of getting a hold of him. Their schedules never lined up. I was able to contact him and battle him, and this is the result. We played, and this right here, what you're watching, is going to be the match that you see right before. I'm saying so much obvious stuff right now. Let's get into the team right now. First of all, we have a lead Mamoswine just to get up rocks. Rocks do a lot of damage to his team. Looking at his team right now, he has Chandelure, gets 25%, that's a big one. Mega Abomasnow is also another big one. It has some pretty good bulk. Getting rid of 25% of its health on its switch-in is really nice. Scizor could be nice because it's going to be U-turning around a lot. And also another bit of usefulness that rocks have is seeing if the Clefable is Magic Guard or Unaware, both of which could be kind of useful against the team that I have brought. Next up, we have a physically attacking offensive Mawile with Intimidate. I thought in the thing it said Sheer Force, and then when I received the team, it was Intimidate. I checked the Showdown team builder, and it did have Intimidate on it. So apparently that's what Liam wanted, so I went with it. Could have changed it to Sheer Force. Kind of wish that I had, because with the Sheer Force and the Life Orb, I would not be taking the Life Orb hits from Fire Fang, Iron Head, and Play Rough, all three of which I went for in the game. And then also, I would get hit by Sucker Punch. So, either way. Next up, we have it was a Sharkbeak Staraptor. Luckily, I saw that Sharkbeak wasn't too useful this week, so I went and I switched it out and gave it a Silk Scarf instead. So, Double Edge is going to be our main attack this week. He really doesn't have much for a Double Edge. Like, the main thing would be Chandelure and Scizor, both of which get bopped by Brave Bird. So that's what I went with. Originally it also had Defog, but I didn't see him bringing any hazards, so I switched it out for Quick Attack. And the Silk Scarf boosted Quick Attack could come in handy Next up, we have a specially defensive Vaporeon to take on the Chandelure, or take on really most of his team. It has Scald. Shadow Ball was for Slowking, which didn't end up coming. Kind of wish that I had switched it out for Toxic, but you know, hindsight is 20/20 or something like that. And then Ice Beam, which was for Zygarde, which is a huge threat to this team as it was. And then I had Wish on it just to get other members on the team back up to full. We have a Mega Venusaur physically defensive with 3 attacks, dual stab, and HP fire, and then sleep powder. I kind of wish that I had synthesis instead, because the sleeping really didn't end up working out too much. So that's going to be Mega Venusaur. It's basically just pretty standard stuff. Kind of wish that I had gone a more offensive spread, enough to outspeed Rotom, which would mean I would outspeed Scizor inherently, and I would be able to kill both. And then I'd be also be able to kill Clefable and Abomasnow. Either way, doesn't really matter. Lastly, we have a Focus Sash Alakazam with no stab. It has Hidden Power Fire, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball for Chandelure, and what's its last move? Dazzling Gleam to hit Pangoro, because I really needed more to hit Pangoro. That wasn't sarcasm. I was actually saying that the team outside of that, the only thing I had for it was Staraptor, because Mawile would probably be outsped and killed by a close combat or whatever. So let's go ahead and get right into the battle, and I am starting right now. Okay, so lead matchup, of course, I'm sending out the Mamoswine, as Necro is going to send out the Pangoro, actually. So first turn, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the rocks. I can get them up for free. I'm not expecting this thing to have taunt. He actually outspeeds, which is kind of weird. I can't really tell what kind of item this is, because it could outspeed with the kind of investment that I have on this Mamoswine. So it could be Banded, it could be Scarfed, or it could be Assault Vest. Any of the three, I don't know. I really don't want to find out in the worst way. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch into Mega Venusaur. And as you're going to see, this Drain Punch does a whole lot because he gets a crit. Now, this crit was so crucial to the entire game. Now, turn 2, you never would have thought that Hex could be inherently too big of a factor on the match, but this Mega Venusaur was very crucial to stopping Scizor, and if it goes down, we could be in a lot of trouble to the Scizor. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Sleep Powder as he switches in the Chandelure. This was his main answer to Mega Venusaur. I'm actually going to go ahead and go for Sludge Bomb. But he's actually going to stay in and burn a turn of sleep, which, good play on his part. I don't necessarily agree with it, but burning sleep, I mean, that's fine, because there was nothing I could really do outside of Earthquake, which he probably didn't expect me to bring. Or Knockoff, which again, he probably didn't expect me to bring. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into Vaporeon, and I'm going to set up a Wish as he gets off another turn of sleep. He wakes up, goes for the Energy Ball. As I set up my Wish, I actually could have gone into Mega Venusaur here, but I also wanted to possibly kill off this Chandelure if possible. I also wanted to get a burn on anything that wanted to switch in, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Scald. Nice and easy play. Looking at it right now, probably should have just gone into Mega Venusaur, got that back up to full, and then I wouldn't have had to worry about that crit early on. But again, I wanted a Scald burn on anything, really. So I'm going to get it back to full. Pretty important to take on the Chandelure as well. So there's that. We see that the Rotom is lefties and is most likely physically defensive to take on Staraptor and Mamoswine. So he's actually just going to go ahead and go for the Will-O-Wisp as I go into Mamoswine. I didn't want him getting any momentum against my team. So in case he wanted to go for Volt Switch, I would have gotten off a free hit against this thing. But he just goes for the safe Will-O-Wisp, and down goes Mamoswine pretty early on. So I am actually going to go ahead and go into Mega Venusaur here, and I expected him to switch out here. But he stays in and goes for a Willow to get more chip damage against me, which if I had Synthesis on this thing would have been a whole lot better because I could have synthesized up for free there. I also could have just easily gone for the Giga Drain, which would have probably killed this thing. But he decided to stay in. It's asleep, and I can't really do anything now. I'm going to expect him to make a switch into his Mega Bombasnow or his Clefable here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Sludge Bomb. But he makes the good play and goes into his Scizor. And now right here, this is where the crit damage mattered. If I hadn't gotten crit, I would have about 20% more health. And this Bug Bite would not have killed. I would have been able to get rid of the Scizor right here with HP Fire. Instead, I go down to a Layforb Bug Bite. So down goes Mega Venusaur, and the only way that I can kill this Mega Scizor now is offensively checking it. He can just switch out every time, bring it back in, and it'll pressure my team basically. So I'm going to go ahead and go straight for the Fire Fang. Don't want to mess around with this thing. And right here, I know that he hasn't wasted a turn of sleep yet, so it would be very unlikely for him to get that first turn wake. So I'm going to just go ahead and go for the Play Rough. Play Rough is going to be able to do a lot of damage to this thing. I'll be able to start wearing it down and all those kind of shenanigans. Rotom takes a lot of damage from that, so I don't know if it is physically defensive or not by that kind of damage. Mawile could just be weak, or Mawile could be very strong, I mean, rather. Or his Rotom could be specially defensive or something. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Vaporeon here. He's going to gain more Lefty's recovery. I could have just easily killed off the Rotom right there with another Play Rough. But he risked it and is staying in for the long haul, trying to wake up his Rotom. So I'm going to go for the Wish here. And my plan is to go into Alakazam, pass the Wish into that, because no matter what he does to the Zam, my Zam will be at full health at the end of the turn, with its Sash still intact, as he just goes for Pain Split, which was an alright play. Gets his Rotom back up to a good amount of health, and I am going to go ahead and get back up to full, as I said. That was the plan. I am in here with my Sash, and I can kill this thing with an Energy Ball, or I can make a prediction and hit Abomasnow or Scizor with an HP Fire. Instead, he's just going to go right into his Clefable. And I really don't have much for Clefable outside of Mawile. So I'm just going to go ahead and get damage off. I also see here that he is Magic Guard because he didn't take any Stealth Rock damage. So that is pretty crucial to the match. I mean, that doesn't really matter because I don't have anything that can set up. So I'm actually going to predict him to not go into Pangoro here, but it really works out because now I'm in with a Staraptor and I can go for the Brave Bird. I wanted to save my Zam from taking a Sash hit from the Clefable, which ends up working out because now Pangoro's down to that Brave Bird, and he's going to actually send in his Rotom. And with this amount of health that he has, the switch that I made from Sharp Beak to Silk Scarf makes this Double Edge an easy kill on the Rotom. So that's 2 kills in 2 turns for Staraptor. And right here is a pretty big 50-50 in the game. He's going to go ahead and go into his Mega Bombasnow. He could easily go for the Ice Shard, but which is what I'm going to expect. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Zam because I know Zam can take 2 of them. It won't get hit by the hail. But he could have easily gone for Giga Drain to hit Vaporeon. He could have gone for Earthquake to hit Mawile, which is actually what he goes for because, you know, that's a good play as well. And Mega Bombasnow is going to be able to get off the Earthquake, which is going to do a whole lot of damage to this Alakazam. If I stayed in and just gone for Brave Bird, I won the game. I did not expect him to sack off his... potentially sack off his Abomasnow right there, but he makes a good prediction. I'm going to go ahead and switch up my Zam. Kind of want to try and save it. And I don't know, that was probably the worst worst of the plays that I could have made is to go into Vaporeon because he can have the potential to have Giga Drain, which he does have. I'm going to go for Scald Burns because I know that getting a Wish Up in the air is probably mostly useless. So he's going to go ahead and get a couple Giga Drains off. I could have gone for a Wish here to get my Mawile back up to full. But I really wanted to get that Scald Burn because a Scald Burn would have ensured that he wouldn't have been able to do a lot of damage with Ice Shard to Staraptor, and I could go right back into Staraptor and click Brave Bird, and nothing on his team likes a Brave Bird. That was my plan. I don't get a Scald Burn out of the 3 or 4 Scalds that I went for in the game. Kinda sucks. So he's just gonna get right back up to full, and Vaporeon goes down without doing anything this match. Would have been nice to get a Scald Burn. But, you know, that's kind of what happens when you go for Hex. You don't get it. Mawile comes in now and goes for a free Fire Fang. He's going to go into his Clefable. It's going to take the Fire Fang. And I am going to be able to outspeed. I have just barely enough speed investment to outspeed a Clefable. I get a burn. Absolutely doesn't matter. Turn too late. 2 turns too late, actually, if we're being honest. So I get the burn with the Fire Fang instead of the Scald, which is hilarious. So I'm going to be able to Iron Head kill this Clefable, and Life Orb damage is starting to wear down on me. Definitely should have been Sheer Force because I'm already down to 60% on Mawile. He can easily go for the Bullet Punch here because it would be able to knock me out. If I get an Intimidate off on this thing, he won't be able to knock me out, but it's at the weird range of health where it's not really a roll anymore, whether or not Bullet Punch kills. I just need to have an Intimidate off against it. So I'm going to go right back into it, and I'm going to go for the Fire Fang. It doesn't matter if he goes into Chandelure and predicts that. I have the Sucker Punch in order to hit it. So he's going to go into Chandelure, get the Flash Fire boost, and he's going to die next turn to a Sucker Punch because I know that he is Choice Locked, and he has to... wow. Stuttering to the max. He has to go for an attack here, and he just dies. So again, we are in a position where I need to... get damage, or I need to get the Intimidate off against the Scizor, so I know that basically this is going to be game. I could have switched out to save one more differential. I wanted to see if I could live, or maybe he over-predicted and went to try and kill the Staraptor as it came in. But Bullet Punch was his best play, as he's going to be able to knock out Staraptor for the game. And he wins 2-0, in large part to me playing pretty bad with Mega Venusaur after it got crit Drain Punch, and that's going to be the game. So I lost. I'm actually really disappointed that I ended up losing this game. It was a very winnable game, I felt. Just a couple things that I would have changed in team building. A couple more things, I mean, and I definitely feel like I could have had that game in the bag, but again, it was my own fault for losing. So I'm sorry, Liam. I'm sorry for letting all you guys down this week, but I'm sure Liam's going to be able to come back strong next week. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the like button. I mean, who doesn't not like the like button, you know? It's just a big old thumb up. You know, they should have a double like button, like a really enjoy button. That's 2 thumbs up. You know, like they have in the movie theaters sometimes. Like they go, this movie gets 2 thumbs up, or 5 stars, or if we could give it a 6th star, we would. But yeah, that's gonna be this video, and that's going to be the end of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, you can come check me out on my channel. I swear I'm not really this bad of a player. I have some league content over on my channel. Just shameless plug. And my link will most likely be in the description. So thank you guys for watching, and well, Liam, we'll see you guys next time.